I'm sorry, this is what I was going to say. They can't deny what they all already know, that they don't have to be told by me at all, which is, Jacob, that we're number one. America is the superpower. That means we're the world empire. And that means that everybody else isn't. That's what it means. Primacy, predominance, hegemony. These are all euphemisms for taking over the world. And we can't afford it, and it's wrong. And we're supposed to stop now. You know, they want to just, especially for conservatives, they just want to appeal to the tough guy in you. Yeah, well, of course, a bunch of feminine, weak hippies and their girlfriends don't want to go fight. What good would they be in a fight anyway, right? But all us tough guys with upper body strength and pickup trucks, we all know that sometimes you got to be brave and strong and mean and hurt people to save the people and do the thing. What a bunch of crap. Nobody could believe in that now, right? You could be as tough as nails. Just stop being stupid, please. Right? Like maybe there's no war to fight in for your generation. Maybe you're just going to have to learn MMA and fight one-on-one. Maybe we don't need a standing army at all right now. Maybe you don't have to believe anything that they tell you at all right now. Even if you're a tough, heroic right-winger who only wants to serve and protect his fellow Americans, who you know you're stronger than and need your help and need your protection. Well, just make sure that there's really something to protect them from. Otherwise, you're participating in an imperial system that is, of course, the greatest enemy of our country and of the American people. It's the world empire that's got us. It's a huge part of why we have a $36 trillion debt right now. It's a huge part of why we live in a authoritarian and increasingly totalitarian police state in this country. Under George Washington's Constitution, under James Madison's Constitution, we're living like this? That can't be right. And the reason why is because of the world empire. It's because after World War II, they created a world empire. And after the Cold War, they didn't give it up. They just pushed it and pushed it and pushed it till the point where now, as everyone can agree, our government is blowing our country's brains out, right? And they don't even care about us at all because, you know, Jacob, as I learned in junior college psychology class, attitude follows behavior. So when you go for 30 years, absolutely neglecting the American people because all you care about is stealing their money and using it to face outward and launch wars, intervening in other people's countries, then you know what happens? You rationalize that to yourself and you go, you know why I neglect the American people? It's because I hate them. That's what they say. That's what they tell each other. Look at how they treated the people when North Carolina got hit.
Oh,
they don't care about the people of North Carolina. They don't care about the people of North Carolina. They haven't been made to.
Dude, some of the stories there.
There's a great article a guy wrote about how, you know, North Carolina is one of the most heavily militarized states in the Union. Fort Bragg is there. Fort this, that, and the other thing are there. Where are all the Blackhawks? The Blackhawks are on their way to the Middle East to reinforce Israel threatening Iran. And they don't give a damn about you. They'll quote the Bible at you about why you're supposed to put Israel before North Carolina. Give me a break. Your preacher tells you that. You tell him he's a blasphemer.
Hey,
tell him he's going to burn in hell.
I got something perfect for this. And then we'll close up. This is Matthew 23, which is a warning against hypocrisy. And it's titled "The Seven Woes on the Teachers of the Law and the Pharisees." I'm not going to read all of them. I'll read the most important, like the most brutal parts. "Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites, who shut the door of the kingdom of heaven in people's faces. You yourselves do not enter, nor will you let those enter who are trying to. Woe to you, you travel over the land and sea to win a single convert, and when you have succeeded, you make them twice as much a child of hell as you are. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you give 1/10 of your spices, mint, dill, and cumin, but you have neglected the more important matters of the law, justice, mercy, and faithfulness. You should have practiced the latter without neglecting the former. You blind guides, you strain out a gnat, but swallow a camel. Woe to you, teachers of the law and Pharisees, you hypocrites! You clean the outside of the cup of the dish, but inside they are full of greed and self-indulgence. first clean the inside of the cup of the dish, then the outside will also be clean. And then this isn't the end, but I'll end on this. He says, you are like whitewashed tombs, which look beautiful on the outside, but inside are full of bones and of the dead and everything unclean. I can't think, first of all, that plus many other examples dispel this idea of this wimpy hippie Jesus who wasn't willing to call out injustice and corruption when he saw it, which is something that Christians need to get back to doing, which is part of what I try to do here and what we do here at the Libertarian Christian Institute. And the other thing is, if Jesus was walking the earth today, I think he'd walk right up to Washington, D.C. and pretty much deliver the same speech to every one of our leaders, everyone in our intelligence department, everyone in our State Department, everyone in our Defense Department, all of the top officials. He'd be saying this to them because they act like they're these great heroes and defenders of peace and freedom and liberty, but they're whitewashed tombs, and there's not. They make it look pretty on the outside, but on the inside, it is nothing but bones of the dead and everything unclean.
And Jacob, you make me want to read that book, buddy. You know what? Now that my book is done, I just might.
Well, good. I think that's a good note, Scott. Because I want people